Brokers. 9 times out of 10, when you do a real estate deal, you're going to be involving a broker in some capacity, whether they represent you as the seller or the purchaser, or they're representing the other side, who may be either the seller or the purchaser. Either way, there are some very good brokers out there, and then there are some that are not. So how do you know when to say thank you and let me get you involved to help move this deal along? And how do you know when to tell the broker to just, shut the Welcome back to an impromptu edition of Confident Real Estate. I'm your host, JC. I've been hearing a lot more people out there right now talking about feeling pressured by brokers to do a deal, whether it's to sell a property because they're being told by brokers that the market's going to get scary, they're not going to get that price anymore, whatever the factor is, or people who are buying a property and brokers telling them this is a deal, this is a time to strike, things aren't going to get any better, the economy's up and down, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, there are plenty of great brokers out there, and in my experience, I have to say that those brokers that are great are the ones that have experience. They're at reputable firms, they've done hundreds of deals, they know what you're looking for because they either know you personally or they've taken the time to hear what you are looking to invest in, what your priorities are, or they know other investors in the area are typically looking for X, Y, and Z, and they try to help you and not pressure you, because let's face it, at the end of the day, most brokers work on commission. So there's a conflict of interest there if they're pushing you to get a deal done, because they don't get paid unless the deal actually gets done. And you have to keep that in mind. That is an extremely important part of the whole broker relationship. So helping you get the deal done, whether it's a natural benefit to you in the long term, or maybe there are better deals out there, less of a concern for most brokers. They want to make sure they get paid. Remember that. If you're a broker out there watching this video, or perhaps you're not, but you're somebody who can relate to what I just said about brokers pressuring you to do a deal, let me just run through what most people are looking for from brokers, because this is a service business. The first thing they're looking for is actually what I'm looking for, which is somebody to like the service they provide. Like, I want you to like this video, so smash that like button for me. See how I slipped that in there? Anyway, brokers are technically looking for somebody who's going to buy a property or sell a property that they can represent. And their service is the ability to close a deal, the ability to go find buyers for the property you're selling, or to find you a property to sell you that you may not be able to find on your own. They have a big book of contacts and a lot of experience, and that's really what differentiates good brokers from bad brokers. Understanding the markets that they work in, understanding where they are in the cycle at that current time, understanding the statistics, because again, the numbers never lie, understanding whether there's employment growth, income growth, population growth in that area, or if it's in surrounding areas. They have to be able to show you why buying in a particular area and a particular asset class, whether it's self-storage, multifamily property, mixed use, industrial property, hospitality, etc. They have to understand what the benefits are of the area that you're looking in, that they represent, that they're familiar with, why you would want to buy in that area, and why you'd want to buy any particular asset class in that area. And that's when brokers are worth their weight in gold. And if you find a great broker, you will hold on to them and use them again and again and again. I do work with certain brokers in certain markets, in certain asset classes, over and over again. And as a real estate attorney, I see the same handful of brokers on every single deal, because they are so good that the word has gotten out, word of mouth, and everybody uses them. Somebody wants to go sell a property, they're the first call that seller makes. Somebody's looking for a particular property in a particular market, they're probably going to call that broker to represent them. Even if the property that they found is a great property, and they want to go forward with that property, they're probably going to call the broker that they're familiar with to represent them in the transaction, because the seller is paying the broker's commission. And if there's two brokers, it's a co-broker situation and they split the commission. But the value that a good broker can provide you is just insurmountable. It's incredible value. And if you're the purchaser and the seller's paying the commission, it's totally free to you. Very much like subscribing to this channel is totally free to you. So hit that subscribe button. See how I worked that one in there as well? Pretty slick, right?
At the end of the day, it's quite simple. You have to stick to your guns. If you've got a great broker with you and you have a working relationship with them, then you are going to be in great shape. You're going to have somebody in your corner that you can rely upon, and you know that they know that this is a service business and they're going to get your repeat service and repeat business over and over again, so long as they continue to do good by you. But if you're out there and you don't have a broker that you have a working relationship with, you haven't done deals with them, and you're kind of trying to figure it out for yourself, do not let a broker pressure you into a situation. It is okay to say no. They can become like a drug pusher, and it's okay to say no to drugs, and it's okay to say no to your broker. I do it all the time myself. In fact, I'm doing a deal right now that I was looking at a particular property. There was a broker representing that property. I contacted them. They were a little bit of a disaster, and they're not from a reputable brokerage that I had ever heard of. So then we went to look at a different property because the first property wasn't going to work for us, and they said they had another property. And this broker then told me that the numbers I was probably calculating my projections with were all wrong. She wanted to see my numbers. She wanted to give me new numbers. Then I said, go ahead and send me your numbers. I mean, talk down to me like I was a complete idiot, and she has no idea who I am or how many deals I've done, didn't care to even ask. End of the day, the numbers she gave me were some of the most ridiculous numbers I've ever seen in that market. And just to make sure I wasn't crazy, because I was pretty confident in my knowledge of the market, I had another broker in that market that I do know, who I've done different deals with, take a look at those numbers. The reason I didn't have that broker with me up front was because this was a different type of asset class of commercial property. The broker that I reviewed the numbers with typically represents residential properties only, not so much commercial properties. But even that broker thought the numbers were way off. So, don't let somebody push you into a deal. And now this broker calls me constantly and is condescending and acts like I'm some nobody who's never done a deal before because I said no to her. And that's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It does hurt her business, because I will never do a deal that she is involved in. And that's just the way it works. So remember, brokers are there to serve you, and if you are a broker, you are in a service business. So please treat your clients with respect, treat them right, and be there to support them, because if the deal is not right for them today, the deal down the road will be right for them, and you will be the first person they call because they have confidence that you have their best interests at heart. And if you act in a genuine manner, the money will follow.
Well, that's it for this edition of Confident Real Estate. As always, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of this beautiful day with my wife and kids. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day with your family. Please smash that like button to feed the YouTube algorithm. And of course, hit subscribe and join our Confident Real Estate family, because the information we give here is absolutely free. Don't even think about it. Just hit the button. It's completely free. Again, thanks for watching to the end. If there's any type of video you want to see me cover, leave it down in the comments below. If you have a crazy broker experience you want to share with the rest of us, please, I'd love to hear it. Leave it down in the comments below. Otherwise, enjoy your time. Enjoy the summer weather. Until next time.